Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. Appreciate you watching the show today. Please share these videos with people. Support the channel. Hit the subscribe button for me. And thanks for hitting the like button as well. And let's continue to keep growing the community. We talked on yesterday's show about the fact that the stock market, specifically the Dow Jones, had fallen for 6 days in a row. That broke a record going back like 1978. And today, of course, the Fed, just about an hour and a half ago, Jerome Powell came out, the Fed chair. They did, as the markets expected, cut the interest rates by 0.25 or a quarter, 25 basis points. But it wasn't that. It was the comments made by Powell after that, basically indicating that they were going to be very, very cautious going forward and that the pace of rate cuts would likely be much slower and much more deliberate, right? So right now, as of recording this video, I'm about 40 minutes from the close of the markets here on the West Coast. Dow, as of recording the video, has fallen 600. It was down about 615 points. The S&P was down 100. The Nasdaq 425. It's not just the stock market. Everything except the dollar and the 10-year is crashing. The 10-year yield has spiked up right about back to 4.5%, 4.5, up 10 basis points, and the U.S. dollar index was over 108. So both of those things are not good for markets, not good for gold and silver, not good for foreign markets. This thing could have some major reverberations, folks, if there's a follow through here. And I just saw something come through from Greg Mannarino's channel saying that alert, alert, alert. He says, he says, I'm out. I just closed all of my stock positions. So for those of you that follow Mannarino, he's one of those guys that I've seen in the past over the years following him that he trades everything. He understands the, shorting. He understands puts and options and calls and all that stuff. So that's an interesting tell that this guy says he's just closed all of his positions. Let me give you the update on the other assets. Bitcoin is getting crushed down, last I checked, down $5,000, just about 101,500 per coin. Just a few days ago, it hit 108,000, I believe. Ethereum's down 6% at 36.95. XRP's down 4%, sitting at $2.36. Again, I think just yesterday it was back up near 260. Gold is down 40 bucks an ounce, or 1.5%. Just about to lose the $2,600 handle on gold. Silver's down 2.6%, 80 cents an ounce, sitting below that $30 mark at $29.77. So look, we've talked on this show for a long time about the free money junkies and how the stock markets rely on the printing presses from being in full swing mode, right? And the fact that the Fed has recently been lowering rates has been juicing not only the stock market, but probably cryptos, and for sure has also been contributing to the strength of gold and silver, right? Gold and silver do better in a low rate environment. But if you start to see, again, love to hear your comments, if you start to see a situation where these markets not only are not pricing in further rate cuts or even pause on rate cuts, but possibly rate hikes. I've been reading some stuff in the last few days about that being a real possibility. The fact that you're seeing inflation tick up again in many sectors in the economy. And I just sent a text out to some friends of mine that are, heavily in the stock market. I said, look, if the markets start to price in or get a whiff that not only made that the Fed actually could reverse course and go back to a rate hiking cycle, I'll tell you, watch out below. If you're only in the markets on the long side and you haven't properly hedged your positions, this could be extremely, extremely hurtful for a lot of people that have their retirements in the stock market. I got some friends of mine that have all of their 401k money riding long in these stock markets. Okay, that money is hard to earn back. Okay, especially depending on your age and where you're at in the economic spectrum. Okay, I just hope that you guys have heeded not just my warnings over the last year or so from time to time, but many other channels, right? And I know sometimes I get some hate comments that I'm just anti-market or I don't understand the markets, and I don't profess to be a market expert. But again, you got a guy here, Greg Mannarino, who makes his living trading the markets, has a channel dedicated to stock trading, and he just announced in the last few minutes that he has closed all of his positions. So what does a guy like that see that maybe others don't see? I don't know. Obviously, if you're shorting the market today, you're probably making some money. Just like if you're shorting, paper shorting gold and silver, right? You're making a bunch of money today. But let's see where this goes. It's not all about just making money. A lot of it is about people's fortunes being lost, people's lives being, torn apart, depending on, what kind of risk appetite they were, let's say, taking or operating with in these various asset classes. Okay, and let's just see. This is a great example of why, from my perspective, it makes some sense to be holding some good old-fashioned cash, right? 50s, 100s, 20s, because we just don't know how, if this could be extrapolated to, let's say, further negative thoughts and thinking and sentiment in this marketplace. And it's very, very fragile. The proponents of the system want you to think it's not fragile, but it is a very fragile system. And today's an example of how much the markets, and not just the stock market, but rely on every single thing that the central bank does and says, okay, and looks for any little cue to tease apart, to either rise or, in this case today, collapse, right? Markets have been on a tear lately, obviously due for a big pullback, but it's not just potentially not just a pullback. Potentially, you're looking at something broader here, and we'll have to wait and see. All of you, please take care. Look, with anything you're putting your money into, we need to, all of us, do our due diligence, and there's no guarantees. Okay, there are no guarantees. Yes, the dollar is being devalued with inflation and with the printing presses roaring, but sometimes some old-fashioned cash just makes some sense and gives you some peace of mind. So do with that what you will. I'll leave it there right now. Today I'm going to get this video uploaded, and let's see. This video will post before the markets close. Will there be a mini rescue from the cavalry, or will this thing continue to sell off? I don't know. It could be a 1,000-point down day on the Dow. They could get it back to a reasonable number. Let's wait and see. And again, love to hear your comments, your thoughts. Everybody, God bless. Take care. Just protect your house, protect your family. I mean your house, your financial house. How about here? Okay, rhetorically speaking. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye.